Welcome back, trainers, and I have a very exciting video for you, so sit back, relax, and let's get into this. Now, I will be going over teams that you possibly may want to be using, as well as more in-depth tips and tricks and all that stuff, but right now, we're just continuing the hype as we do more battles here, okay? So we'll just showcase those. I'm also going to be going up against a very well-known PvPer, random matchmaking, and as well as catching my first Scraggy. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, with that said, hit that like button and let's get into these battles, folks. So I am having a blast. Now, I did run into some few problems here. That's going to be either this person rage quit or we ran into major lag, in which it actually counted as a loss, unfortunately. But I have a bit of a tip for you. If that does happen, it starts lagging and it stops, nobody can attack, just stay in there until the time runs out. You don't see the timer at the top, but it eventually will, and you may get the win, or you never know. So just stay in there until it's over. But personally, for me, the timer ran out, and it was just sitting there. So basically what I did was just close out the app. I didn't quit, but it still counted as a loss, unfortunately. But anyways, taking a look at our first battle here. Guys, you know what? I can't. I'm too excited. Can you tell? What I feel like they should add, though, because we do currently have that 15 battle limit per day on the Go Battle League, right? But you're going to be able to battle with your friends otherwise. It's not like, oh, you capped and you can't even battle people on your friends list. But what they should do is add a Skirmish Mode where it's not going to count towards your rank, but it's actually just going to be, you know, battling for fun. It's no points, no rewards. You're just going in there and battling people at possibly your same level or just random people. But they need to add something like that where people can go on there and just battle anybody at any time, just as many times as they want, right? Anyways, we'll pay attention to these battles. So basically the highlight of this now is going to be the Registeel. So I swapped out Hypno for Registeel. Not that Hypno wasn't helping me. It did fantastic. As you're going to see, I actually lose to somebody using a Hypno, but we just wanted to switch up the combination this time around here. So we do have two Pokemon weak to fire. We have the Registeel, and then we have the Venusaur, my good old trusty Venusaur. Then we have the Azumarill to protect that. So basically, you want almost something that's going to protect your lead. So I'm leading with Registeel every time, right? So if I run into a fire type, I want two Pokemon that are going to be safe to swap into a fire type. But my team is not composed that way, is it? So basically, if I swap into a Azumarill, they'll be able to swap out immediately into a counter, and then I'm screwed, right? Because I have nothing good against it. So in that specific situation, what I would do if I did encounter a fire type right off the bat is I would keep going with my Registeel, try to hit like a flash cannon or something, and just take off as much damage, possibly burn a shield, and then I'll go in with my Azumarill. And then take care of business that way. So that is a way around it. Now, let's go ahead and do these commentaries for this video here. He's going in with a Heatmor. It has a Lick. I think you want Fire Spin, honestly. Still looks like a newer player. Hits me with Power Up Punch. I knew I can tank a Flamethrower at this point. I do believe it has Flamethrower. But it is going to be stronger if he does hit me with Flamethrower at this point. So I don't want my Registeel to take that much damage from a boosted Flamethrower. But he hits me with another Power Punch. I could have totally tanked that easy. So we'll just have to work around using that shield. He lets that go through, that Focus Blast, one-shotting it. In comes the Excadrill, not looking too great. I could do a lot of damage, basically one-shot it with Focus Blast, but he took me out. That's fine. We have two counters to Excadrill. He is going to be switching out into Hypno, and I cannot go into Venusaur at this point because Venusaur is weak to Confusion. So I'm going to have to work around this and just keep trucking on with the Azumarill here. But that's perfectly fine as well because the Excadrill is going to be also weak to the Venusaur because of that ground typing. Yes, it's steel, so it's kind of neutralized, but Excadrill is very squishy. Anyways, hitting up that Hypno with the Hydro Pump here and taking it out. In comes the Excadrill. We have no more shields, and we're just going to let him use that energy. Very good. He could have, well, I don't think he could have farmed me, otherwise I would have hit him with that Ice Beam, but anyway. Going in with the Venusaur and gonna Frenzy Planet out of here, and we are gonna be taking that win. Wow, guys. My adrenaline, it's just pumping. Not right now, but during these battles, absolutely loving this feature. Other than the few little kinks there, it's a network. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get lag. It's the preseason. I'm sure they'll make it more stable or fix whatever is going on here. But as far as the lag is concerned, personally for myself, I've only ran into that one major issue. Otherwise, It's just usually like me tapping on my charge move, and it just takes an extra second, which can make all the difference, but I'll take that over no online battling, right? So he's starting off with Poliwrath. I'm going into the Azumarill. Now, if you're running Ice Beam and Play Rough on your Azumarill, that's fine. You do what you got to do. I'm pretty sure you were taught to do so. But personally, I'm going to be going with Ice Beam and Hydro Pump because look at this situation I'm in. If I had Ice Beam and Play Rough up against a Registeel or a Bastiodon or a Probopass, I am totally done for. But since I am carrying Hydro Pump, I have coverage. I'm going to be able to chunk away big time at that Registeel. Now, I went for that Ice Beam to burn the shield, and it's so low at this point, I figured, let's just get him out of here. But he burned 2 shields right there. Not something you necessarily want to do unless you have something extremely weak to Azumarill in the back. But usually you want to just let it go down, right? But that's okay. So he's survived with using his 2 shields. Okay, we're going to go in with Registeel. He's coming back with Poliwrath. Now, I know I could take a Dynamic Punch, so we're going to go ahead and take that. As you can see, Registeel's just a beast, a monster. So we're going to go for Focus Blast, which is going to be neutral damage, doing so much, and immediately switch into the Venusaur here. And I'm hoping he went for Dynamic Punch, right? And he did. Very good. Quick swap is always nice. Now we're stuck. We're locked in here, but we do have a shield, and Sludge Bomb is going to hurt that Altaria. Altarias are common in this Go Battle League, so make sure you're prepared for those. I have both my Registeel and my Azumarill to take those out. We're going to let that go down because what we have in the back is going to be able to handle this Altaria with ease here. The Registeel, I love it. Not only does it match my sweater, but that shiny just, and the performance, it's very spicy. All right, so we shield that up just because, and then take him out with Lock On. Woo! The weakest move. Now, let's move on to our next battle. Now, why am I backing out every time? It's because yesterday it was updating for my wins, right after the battle. I didn't have to back out, but now it's not. So backing out and then going back in, it'll show your win rate. So I've lost a total of 4 battles legitimately, and then that 1 because of the lag. So total of 5 losses, unfortunately. But that's just the way it is. Blind battles, are you kidding me? Let's go. All right, so he made that switch. We make our switch into Venusaur to that Wish Cache, and it's a dunzo. He can hit the Blizzard, which he was charging for a while. I do believe, yeah, this is definitely a Blizzard. So I was like, oh, nope, never mind. It's a Mud Bomb. So he did get my shield there, but that's fine. We're still in a great position. So we're just going to keep moving on here. Farm him down. We have energy for whatever he brings in and a shield. Another Venusaur. So we're definitely going to go for that Sludge Bomb. And remember what I've taught you guys. Even if it seems so close, you have the energy, you're nervous, and you just hit the wrong charge move, and it's not very effective. Yeah, I understand. I understand the urgency to go for the lesser super effective move if you feel like they're about to hit with your charge, but if it's all about counting. If you're able to understand that and count the quick moves and know if they're going to be to a specific move or not, it's really going to help you out and specific situations. So make sure you kind of do that. That's going to the extreme, I understand, and a lot of times they do a move, or they do a bunch of quick moves, they retreat their Pokemon, and then you forget how much energy they have. I get it. So anyways, went on a little too long about that. So we took that win there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to, oh no, never mind. We're still looking good. We've got 4 wins here, and let's see if we can get that 5th win. And able to collect all of the rewards for this set here. So Azumarill against my Registeel. This is great. This is a great situation. So that's why he's switching into that Entei there. And there's that counter for the fire like I was describing. So it's a good thing he did not lead with that. Otherwise, I would have been in a more sticky situation, I guess you can say. Anyways, we're going to farm him down. Using that Overheat sharply reduced his attack. So we don't need to use a shield anymore. We're good. We don't need to do anything because that Overheat, the attack dropped massively. And now at this point, we could farm him down and we have a ton of energy now for the next Pokemon, which is his Azumarill. So typically in this situation, Azumarill versus Azumarill, you would want to hit it with Play Rough. But in my case, since I don't have it, Hydro Pump, it's still fine. He used a shield. Okay, sure. It's still going to do a decent amount of damage, Hydro Pump against an Azumarill. So we going to go in with the Registeel. We're looking fantastic, folks. We do not know what his second move is at this point, if there's even a second move on it. He goes for Play Rough. Okay. not very effective. Neither is Ice, and that is why I run Hydro Pump. Do you see? Yeah, let's go. The Steel type move is going to be neutral to Azumarill. He brings in the Skarmory. Oh boy, loving this Registeel. Focus Blast for the win on that thing. Let's go. All right, and at this point, we're going to shield up because we want to preserve this. We have Venusaur in the back. We don't want to see any of that Skarmory up against our Venusaur at all. We're going to go for another Focus Blast, seeing that the shield are down, I do believe. Yep. In comes the Azumarill, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to finish it off with Lock-Ons. Okay, takes us out there, and then we go into our Venusaur and Vine Whip it down. The shield left, looking good. All right, traders. This is a blast. Can you tell? I'm having fun here. All right, so we're going to be able to claim every single reward because we won every battle. That's how it's going to work. If you only win 2 battles out of the 5, you're only going to be able to collect up to that second reward. And simple as that. If you get up to 4, then 4. Unfortunately, because of the lag, I was not able to collect my charge TMs for the next set, as we will take a look at here. I just have so many battles, folks. I have like another, I don't know, like 30 minutes worth of battles, and I want to get that out to you, but I also want to make a video going over teams that you possibly want to be making and just my thoughts on specific things. Although going into these battles like this is good enough. I mean, it's pretty informative in showing you how I'm maneuvering around specific teams that are composed a little bit better than my team. I wouldn't say better, but they just are great matchups against mine, and I've been put in a bad situation working around those kind of situations. Anyways, moving into our next battle here. Let's see what we have going on here for our first battle for our next set. Met with the Skarmory with our Registeel. Love it. Love that. Getting the switch ready because I know he's going to switch into a Wish Cache. Perfect. We're going to go right with our Golden Venusaur. The thing that's just been by my side. One of my favorite Pokemon, and literally Bulbasaur was my starter. So let's go. Gaining a little bit more energy. We're just going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, take him out. Very easy. And we have enough for a Sludge Bomb or Frenzy Plant. Okay. Still going to do okay amount of damage. At this point, I knew he was going to come back with the Skarmory. So it did what it needed to do. The Venusaur took out the Wish Cache, so we're fine. We don't need to burn shields. Of course not. And also, we took down half its health anyways with our Venusaur. So, looking good. Gonna go back in with our Registeel, of course, and gonna go for that Focus Blast. And to take it out, he has 2 shields. He's really holding on to those. Maybe he thought he can get away with it at the end with the Probopass here. We're gonna go for the Flash Cannon because 2 shields at this point, you're on your last Pokemon, you're gonna be using them. So we basically just burning his shields with our less energy costing move here. Switch into Azumarill just for safe measures. I felt like it was getting a little bit down to the wire with that 1 shield and the Probopass. Now, if I didn't have Hydro Pump, it would have been real bad. I do believe I get a Hydro Pump through, or I might just go for, let me see. So we're gonna go for the Hydro Pump, okay. And all right, he shielded up. So it doesn't really matter. The Azumarill was just kind of going in there to burn that last shield and now do a little bit more damage with that Ice Beam. And we got the Ice Beam off at 1 HP, crazy. Going back in with our Registeel, we have a shield, so we're looking great. We could have tanked that Rock Slide, and then we're just going to go for that Flash Cannon because it's so low. It's all good, and we're going to be taking that win. So this combination, really loving it, really am. If I ran into a fighting type, now that's a different situation because I'm leading with Registeel. I have Azumarill and Venusaur to protect me from those, so fantastic. And as far as ground types, well, Azumarill and Venusaur can counter that. So do you see kind of like the concept of the team construction and how you should compose it? I do believe we go up against a all-star here. There we go. Take a look at who that is, folks. Did you see that? This is going to be a close battle. So I get the lead and I switch into my Venusaur. Now, I was contemplating this, like, I could have just stayed Registeel and went for like Focus Blast, and I would have been in a good position. But I switched into my Venusaur. It's very questionable. But nonetheless, this battle is, whew, man, I was heated after this. All right, so we get that Frenzy Plant, and we're going to let this Venusaur go down here. And going to go back with Registeel, I do believe. Oh, no, go with Azumarill. And we're going to tank this? Or shield it? I don't know what. I don't remember. See, I don't even remember the battle. Okay, now we're going to switch into Registeel. Now, I didn't know if he had Focus Blast ready to go, so I just got that Registeel out of there. And now we have not really too much energy. In comes a Swampert, which I'm worried about. I don't want to get locked in there with my Venusaur because he can just counter me. So I do believe I make the switch here shortly. I take this. Yeah. Take this Hydro Cannon. And he has another one. So I'm like, Alright, we're just going to let this Registeel go down. You know, it did what it needed to do. In comes my Azumarill here. Now, this is crazy close, guys. Check this out. I'm going to go for that Hydro Pump, which is questionable. Probably should have went for Ice Beam there. But like I've always said, there's always would have, could have, should have. Anybody could have won, and everybody could have won if you keep saying, well, if I should have done this, well, if I should have done that, right? What did you actually do, though? That is the question. So he brings in the Wigglytuff. We go for that Hydro Pump. Big damage, looking great. We're able to farm it down, and now this is where I should have went for Ice Beam. And I had Hydro Pump. Did you see that? This was the closest battle I've had yet. Good games, my guy. Really good game. So moving on to the next one here. I can't believe I ran into him. Small world, right? All right, so let's see what we have for the next battler here. So we're rising in ranks, folks, and we have a great lead. Love these Altarias that people keep starting off with. Fantastic. So we're staying in here. I'm surprised he didn't make the switch. If you're in this position, you definitely want to go for Flash Cannons all the way. If you only have one move, Focus Blast, well, obviously you're going Focus Blast. But you definitely want two moves. I know it's expensive, but it is going to be so worth it when you have that secondary move on your Registeel. And at this point, we can finish it with Lock-Ons. We're going to let this Sky Attack go through and see what he brings in next. And that's going to be a Skarmory. So, going to go for the Focus Blast. I don't care if he shields it up. He lets it go through, and he still has two shields. Maybe he wasn't expecting that. So we're going to go in with our Azumarill, of course, because, well, Venusaur can't face off against a Skarmory, especially with two shields. And I think I almost wanted to farm him down at this point. Do I farm? I might go for an Ice... Oh, he switches. Okay. Alright, so I don't really remember this battle. I go for the Hydro Pump, he shields it up, then I make a switch into Venusaur. Oh, he lets it go through, yeah. Okay, yeah, this was the guy that was being stingy with the shields. Okay, so that's why you don't want to do that. I mean, he could have had a lot better fighting chance if he used the shields in specific situations, but you never know, because I had my Azumarill, and like I said, Hydro Pump is that secret move, and people are probably expecting Ice Beam or Play Rough, and you hit him with Hydro Pump, they're like, are you kidding me? No! So that's why I'm running it. Not to say that obviously Azumarill is great with Play Rough, but there's our Scraggy, folks. We're going to be able to get two, so you'll be able to get this for your first Pokemon encounter reward once you do get to that rank 4. So we're going to claim that, and I'm actually going to do a lucky trade, and I have two of them, so I'm going to possibly be making two, one in the Ultra and then one in the Great League, and I can't wait to test that one out. It should be great, more in depth in the future on all that stuff. All right, moving into our next opponent here. Let's see what we have going on. I think this might be the lag one. Yep, this is, yep. I don't know if they rage quit. Check it out, you be the judge. You tell me if they rage quit and why you think they rage quit. So Bastiodon. Now this is an iffy situation, okay? First I went for the shield bait. They let it go through. And some people might think, well, they probably only have one move. That's a legendary, so I'll probably be safe here, or I can tank it. But then I go for the Focus Blast. And if I would have went for this in the beginning, that would have been devastating. I destroy it, and then at this point they go in with the Grottle, and I'm like, okay, this is a good situation, and I don't know if they quit or if they just lagged out. I was sitting there for a long time. I'll spare you all that. So basically, that counted as a loss. Sucks, but like we said yesterday, these are blind battles. You're going to lose eventually, but I know that specific incident right there was a win. I can't say 100% because we don't know what was in the back, but obviously we know it looked pretty good there, right? Anyways, moving into the next battle. This is a good situation. Every time I see an Azumarill though like that, I'm like, please don't have Hydro Pump. And then he enters with the Kingdra, and I was like, I could have stayed in this fight with Registeel, but I switched into Venusaur, and he hits me with an Outrage. I was expecting Octazooka, so we're not looking good, but we're not in a bad situation. We're definitely going to come back from this, but dang, sorry Venusaur, I wasn't expecting Outrage, bud. Anyways, that Kingdra, I don't know how many moves or what moves it has. Blizzard, so we got Outrage and Blizzard there. And in comes a Jirachi, and now we're going to go Hydro Pump and switch into our Registeel. He lets it go through, so whew, we're great. Now, if I did have Ice Beam and also play Rough, I would have been bad up against the Jirachi for sure. So we're going Registeel, and I'm like, I'm going to be able to take this thing out with Lock On. A Steel type? Oh, let's get it. So we do that. We take it out with Lock On, right. In comes the Kingdra, and we're going to go for Focus Blast, because that's neutral damage, because Steel is going to be not very effective against water. In comes the Azumarill. We're going for Flash Cannon because it is part Fairy, so it is neutralized. And we do a good chunk of damage. And this is a tight battle. This is a very tight battle here. So it's down to making perfect calls. So we tank this. And I was like, I really wanted that Hydro Pump, but I did not want him to fake me down with Quick Move, so I just go for Ice Beam. I probably could have made it, but you don't want to risk it all the time. Entering back in with the Registeel, this is... I think I win this with 1 HP. Yeah, because of that, the Venusaur just going down in one shot, I had to make up for it, but I did it perfectly, as you can see here. And just because you lose a Pokemon in your bad situation, check it out, you can come back. 1 HP Registeel, let's go! Oh, this is awesome, folks. All right. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and this is where our journey is going to be coming to an end for this video. But that's okay, because if you're subscribed and have notifications on, I will be bringing you plenty more videos like this. So get hyped, get out there, start battling, start getting that Stardust, and practicing. Thank you for watching, traders, and I'll be catching you all in my next video. Take care, and thank you for watching.